I like Sam Darnold. I know Sam Darnold. I watched him play in college. I met him several times, met his family. I was a fan last night rooting for him. I was kind of a fan rooting for the kid to survive. I generally try not to root, but there are some athletes I like. They stand for what I believe in. But the New York Jets are bad. They do not have a best player. It's Darnold. They do not have a best unit, according to Pro Football Focus. Last year, the Ravens had 12 Pro Bowlers. The Jets will have none. And they also have a head coach that's lost and a defensive coordinator that doesn't like the head coach and has come unglued. I didn't think Darnold was bad last night. He had an amazing run. He led the Jets in rushing. Of course he had to. He completed 40% of his third down conversions. He was throwing to a wide receiver, Jeff Smith, who had one career NFL catch before last night. He was sacked 6 times, hit 10 to 11 times, and overall didn't throw an interception. Throwing to a bunch of deck chairs. I didn't think he was terrible against the Denver team that actually has some talent. But the question remains for Darnold and the Jets. There's only one question. This is the first or second worst team in the NFL. Do you draft Trevor Lawrence or a Justin Fields, or do you stick with Darnold? What do you do? It's 2 interesting options. Because if you decide to stick with Darnold, you're going to be able to trade the Lawrence pick and get 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and maybe a player. And the Jets already have 2 first-round picks in this draft and 2 first-round picks in next draft because of Jamal Adams. So you would have Sam Darnold, a new coach, 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, maybe 3 first-rounders, maybe 3 second-rounders, and you're getting rid of Le'Veon Bell, obviously, worst-kept secret in New York, so you'd have as much cap space as anybody in the league because you're not paying anybody, including Darnold, yet. Would I stay with Darnold? Yes, if I could get Urban Meyer or Lincoln Riley or Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator for Buffalo, elite candidates. Because then Sam Darnold, who I still think is a B-plus talent, you can win games with that coach and those draft picks and that salary space. But who are the Jets going to get? They're the Jets. Matt Rule was a coach at Baylor who's from New York, and he said, no thanks, I'll take Carolina. I don't believe the Jets or the Browns or Detroit or the Jaguars at this stage can get elite candidates. You get one and you cross your fingers. Often they've never even been a head coach. Atlanta's going to have an opening. Good owner, good GM, Matt Ryan. Hey, some good players. That's a good job. Live in the heart of the South. Atlanta's a fun city. There's some pressure, but it's almost a college football market. I'd take that job. But the Jets' job is probably going to end up going to somebody who's never been a coach before. And by the way, here's why I like Darnold. With Daniel Jones or Dwayne Haskins, I see glimpses of competency. With Sam Darnold, last night again, I see glimpses of great and dynamic and amazing, and oh my God, how is he doing it? Bad O-line, bad receivers, below average running back tight end. There are glimpses that are really highly impressive, and I think he needs coaching. Josh Allen was bad in college and awful his first year and a half in the NFL. Brian Daboll turned him around. Be careful about bailing on young quarterbacks. What do they have to work with? Baker Mayfield appears to be now better today than a year ago today. He got the better coach. And I don't think Baker is an A prospect. Never have. So it really comes down not to Sam Darnold, but who can you get to coach Sam Darnold? Because if you can't get an elite coach, then you're probably better off getting an A-plus prospect in Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence with a C coach can win games. Sam Darnold with a C coach can't. And I don't think the Jets can get an A coach. So this may be the end for Sam Darnold eventually in New York. So Dak Prescott is not going to stray from the message. He has always been very much aligned with Jerry and the coach. He's not going to stray from it. He believes coaching matters, unlike Kyrie Irving. We know he's not disruptive. We know he's not subversive. That's not his personality. He is very much, here's what the team wants to do, and I will lead us first through the team, the owner, the GM, the coach's message. That's who he is. So when he says this, it leads me to believe this is how Mike McCarthy sees the vision of the Cowboys going forward with their offense. that means the Cowboys' defense is on the field longer, and it is not remotely close to elite. At this point, the Cowboys' defense is not close to very good or good. Although I do think Aldon Smith has been a great, great surprise. Shootout teams, my friends, do not win Super Bowls. What about Patrick Mahomes? The Chiefs hit their stride last year in Week 11 when the defense started playing with Chris Jones and Honey Badger really good football. Why do you give Zeke, just financially, $100 million or more if you're not going to give him the ball? We've got data. Since Zeke entered the league, the Cowboys are 35-15 when they give him the rock just 15 times or more. Not even 20, not even 30, just 15 times or more. Start with the running game. We know that complementary football wins in this league. That's sort of the Vince Lombardi, Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, Bill Walsh. Complementary football. The Cowboys throw 66% of the time. That is not complementary. I'll give you an example how much that is. Kansas City has Patrick Mahomes. They throw 58% of the time. Green Bay has Aaron Rodgers. They throw 54% of the time. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, and great tight end play, throws 50% of the time, and even Russell Wilson, under 60. The Cowboys throw 66% of the time, and I think Dak is way closer to a Matt Ryan than a Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, or Russell Williams in really talking sheer raw talent. If that's the vision of the Cowboys, to me, Mike McCarthy needs an optometrist. This should be, and we've got data, a 55-45 pass-run offense. I have no problem with this receiving core letting Dak sling it. He is more than capable, can take hits, durable, and I also like, frankly, when they design run plays for Dak. He can take the shots. He's very good at it. But throwing 66% of the time is getting in track meets. That's fireworks shows. That is shootouts. I do not believe that serves the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe against Cleveland, but I don't think that's the way to beat the Rams or Seattle or the better teams on their schedule. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.